Hey guys, this is AI Gaming 1776, and a lot of you have asked me what settings I use for my RL2455HM monitor, so I'm here to show you. Now, this is a gaming monitor from BenQ. It is marketed primarily as a console gaming monitor because it has 1080p 60 frames per second and it has 2 HDMIs. So it doesn't go higher than 60 frames per second, and it does not have DisplayPort. That might be two turnoffs for a lot of PC gamers, but if you're playing on a console, or if your graphics card can only go to about the 1080p 60 frames per second range anyway, or if you just want to have one monitor that can be done for consoles and PC gaming, it's a pretty good monitor. So let me get right into my settings. There are 3 custom keys that you can set. I only changed one of them to brightness. The other 2 are at stock settings. Now you go into menu, and display is grayed out. You go into picture, go into brightness. Brightness is at 100 because I'm making a video for you, but I normally have it between 30 and 70. This is a very bright monitor. Contrast is only at 39. Yeah, I was surprised too, but apparently that's where I set it. I picked these settings a long time ago, and I've really liked them for a long time. So apparently I like 39 for the contrast on this monitor. Now you go down to sharpness. Sharpness is at 10. This is something that BenQ does incredibly well. I am so impressed with the sharpness factor on BenQ monitors. This is an Xbox One game. Xbox One is not a super powerful console, but you can see so many details in this car. You can see even where the trunk lid fits with the body right there. You can see the droplets of rain on the wheels. You can see every little bit of stitching inside the cockpit view. This is Forza Motorsport 6, by the way. You can see all of the design elements in the carbon fiber on that chin spoiler, okay? The sharpness factor on my BenQ monitors, I have 2 different ones, has been very impressive. So I have that on 10, and to be honest with you, I have an Acer 1440p monitor that I wish had a sharpness option, but it does not. Okay, black equalizer. Now this is kind of a BenQ thing. I'm not sure who else uses one or how popular they are. My Acer does not have it. Again, I wish it did. My BenQ does though. Okay, so I have it at 14 on here. On my other BenQ monitor, I have it at 4. My other BenQ monitor, it's a newer monitor, and the thing is, on the newer monitor, the black equalizer, it goes from 0 to 20 on both monitors. On the newer one, the 0 to 20, there's a much bigger difference in the increments. In this particular monitor, the 0 to 20 increments aren't huge, I guess. So I end up using 14 on here, where to get pretty much the same kind of look, I only have to go to 4 on my newer BenQ. So that's something to think about. What black equalizer does is the lower that number is, so if it's at 0, it makes all of these blacks like black. See, this is gray under the bumper of the car. I was just pointing to the back bumper of the car. It's gray under the car right now, and it looks good. If I put that black equalizer down to 0, it'll be black under the car. Now, I happen to like to see, if I'm playing a video game and I'm in a cave, I like to see the cave walls. If I'm playing this and my car's on top of the asphalt, I like to see under the car, okay? It's an aesthetic choice for me, but for some of you, black equalizer might help you if you're playing a first-person shooter and somebody's hiding like in a dark corner on the map. Black equalizer lightens up the screen the higher you put that number, and it gives you a real fighting chance to be able to see people better. Right? So on this monitor, I go all the way up to 14. On my newer BenQ, I only have to go up to 4. Okay? Just, I don't know if that's going to affect you or not. It's something to keep in mind. 14 is like way too bright on my newer BenQ monitor. All right, so go back to picture. We did contrast, 39. Sharpness, 10. Ooh, wrong button. Okay, contrast, 39. Ooh, I'm changing it. No wonder. Let's try this again. Contrast, 39. Sharpness, 10. Yeah. Black equalizer, 14. Go down to color temperature, and I have this at 100 for everything. RGB, all 100. Oh, wait a minute. No. Go over. Honestly, guys, I set this probably a year ago, and I've left it ever since. I've been very happy with it. All right, so hue is at 50. Saturation is at 50. AMA affects responsiveness of the pixels. I don't know how to explain it. It's very technical. I have it on high. If you want to know more about it, Google it. Google BenQ AMA. You'll get a technical explanation of it. But high is just fine for me. I believe people have said that premium and off, either one of those options, might give you ghosting for some reason. By the way, this monitor does have a little bit of ghosting depending on what you're playing. Some games, there's almost no ghosting at all. Some games, there's a little bit that you notice if you look for it. And then other games, there's a little bit more ghosting. There's never been so much ghosting that I hate it. I'll put it like that. Like, it's not been disturbing, but it does happen. Not really with Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but if you have a PC, PCs are powerful enough to really kicking those frames out. The pictures can get even sharper on PC. So on PC is where I've noticed the ghosting, not so much on the consoles. All right, so go down to, we did color, temperature, hue, saturation, AMA. Instant mode is on. All right. Let's go to Picture Advanced. Picture mode is RTS1. Now, I'm going to tell you probably the wrong thing, but just roll with it. Basically, if you... I got to keep doing this or the screen's going to disappear. This overlay will disappear if I don't keep it moving. So I have picture mode on RTS1. Each of these is a different color profile, basically. And I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the wrong explanation of it, but I kind of personally, in my brain, look at it like Instagram filters, because every time you go from standard to movie to photo and so on, it changes the overall look as if it's got a different filter on it. I use RTS1, but RTS1 might not look good to you. It does to some people, it does not to others. So I don't know what your preference will be there. This is a demo. I don't even touch it. Dynamic contrast is at 0. Overscan is off. Display mode. What this does is if you're going to be playing some older games, probably on PC, or even if you hook up your Nintendo 64 or your PlayStation 1 or something, then you might not be playing at a normal 1080p 16:9 aspect ratio. So this will basically affect the black bars to make sure your black bars are where they need to be so the picture isn't stretched out. I don't do old school gaming, so I haven't tested it at all. Like, don't take my word for it. I know the options are there. I know the options are primarily for older games. It's also for if you're going to go to a competition. I've been told if you're going to go to a competition and for some reason you're going to play on a smaller monitor, you can simulate a smaller monitor on here. But this is a 24-inch monitor, and it's hard for me to believe a competition would have smaller than 24-inch monitors, but they might. I don't know. I'm not a competitive gamer. All right, so let's go back in here. By the way, you can see the dodge on there because it's so crisp. The monitor's so crisp and it's so sharp, and there's all these little details. And I've used other monitors, even other BenQ monitors, but the two BenQ monitors I have now are really good at making sure that you see all of the little details in the game. And what's impressive is this is an Xbox One, so it's not kicking out the kind of image quality a PC game would. I actually normally would demo this monitor with a PC game for you, but right now I have my computer hooked up to a 1440p monitor, and my computer acts like really stupid when I switch between 1080p and 1440 when I go back and forth. I don't want to deal with that. So that's why Xbox One is going. But still, you can see so much detail. You can see like the little lug nuts, like crisp and sharp in those wheels. I mean, it is nuts. So let's see what else we have. I think, oh, wait a minute. I think we've gone over a lot of it. Picture advanced. I don't know if there's anything left because there's display mode and then everything below that's grayed out. See, that's I don't know what smart focus is, guys. I don't use it. All right, so save settings. There are gamer profiles you can make. Let's say you set up a profile on this monitor. One you do for your PlayStation, another you do for your Xbox, another you do for your PC, or one you do for first-person shooters, one you do for racing games, and so on. You can do that. I don't do that. RTS1 has been a catch-all for me. I like, see that mode, RTS1, I like it for everything. PC, Xbox One, PS4, every genre of gaming. I'm happy with it. All right, now I think this computer might actually have speakers on it because there is an audio section. Okay, there's an audio section there. And then if you go into system, you can actually make volume. You can make volume go for your hotkeys. And I think you can hook a headset up to this, headphones up to this too, but don't quote me on it. You're gonna have to look that up. All right, auto power off, I don't use that. DDC/CI, I don't know what that is. HDMI auto switch. So what that does is if you have two things hooked up to this, because it has two HDMI ports, if you turn one thing off and the other thing on, it switches inputs for you. You can turn that off though, like if you have a bad HDMI cable that keeps making your system have a weird connection, then the auto switching gets weird and you might want to switch it off. So resolution notice on, that's on. Information, we're at 1080p 60 frames per second, RL2455HM. We are not going to reset all, so I'm not going to go back over it. And I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. I know sometimes you guys ask me what settings I'm using and then I don't answer right away. That's why I made this video, because to answer that question for you, look, I have multiple monitors, all right? Look, I've had the tripod set up aimed at this monitor with the Xbox One going, but I have another 1080p monitor below it, and then I have a 1440 monitor over here, and sometimes I'm not even using this monitor. And I've been doing a lot of 1440 testing lately, and as a result, if I'm doing a bunch of 1440 testing, I might not remember to go over to this monitor and get the settings. So I apologize to anyone who's asked me my settings and then I didn't answer in a timely manner. I really do apologize for that. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. This has been AI Gaming 1776. Liking the video, disliking the video, commenting on the video, subscribing, sharing the video, all of these things help. I try to share information and knowledge with you guys. I try to show you things with this channel. I try to be as helpful as I can. And if you guys could help me out, I greatly appreciate that. It does a lot for the channel. And thank you so much for watching, guys. And hopefully you've enjoyed this and have yourselves an excellent day.